Alright guys, how's it going? Let me just get out these invites really quick and then we'll get to it. Just telling everybody we're starting. Just making sure we get all these out to everybody. Try to get as many people as we can in here. I've got some pretty good picks I believe for today and then stuff to watch as we go on. I believe we about got it. One more. Okay. Alright guys, how's everybody doing today? So, I'd like to start out by saying, if you could really help me out by hitting that subscribe and that like button, that'd really help me out with YouTube's algorithm. Everything I do, I'm not getting paid in any type of way. The only thing I ask for is, to hit that like button and subscribe button. Try to help me out in that way. I think I've got some pretty good picks laid out for us for the week. Some things to look at, some upcoming things, stuff like that. Also, while we're at it today, if you have anything you want to throw up in chat for me to look at, just throw it up in chat and we'll take a look at it. I'll go over mine first and then we'll go over anything that y'all might have, okay? Let's see what we're looking at right now. Just trying to let a few people get in here with us. Hopefully we can get a few lined up here. Make sure we got everybody. Yeah, just trying to make sure we got a few people lined up. Okay, so we're going to get started. Let me get the chat popped out right here so we can keep an eye on it. Like I said, I'll go through what I've got right here, and then if you got anything you want me to look at, just throw it up in chat at any time. In between these, I'll look at chat, see if there's any questions that you got, and we'll go through it like that, okay? So first, we have earnings coming up, and I threw this up on Steam, or sorry, not Steam, up on Twitter. It is the most anticipated earnings releases for the week, and it has whether they come open before market or after market close. So first, what I want to look at is things that'll come either out tomorrow after market or Tuesday before market. And then we'll go into things that might be coming out before market open. Maybe something we can quickly get into. I've also got a good watch list, some things to watch out for that might develop as the week goes on. Then I've also got a good watch list of some swing trades and some day trades going on. So I believe with all that, we should have a pretty good start to the week. And then as things go on, I'll throw things up on Twitter for us. So the first thing I wanted to go over is Roblox. Alright, now this would be a total earnings play. We can see that it's not went crazy. It's actually kind of consolidated. I think some people are just waiting to see what earnings are going to do. I'm kind of bullish going into earnings for a couple of different reasons. I've looked it up. This one comes out, let me see here real quick. I'm pretty sure that it is before market or after market. So it'll be, it'll come out after market Monday and take effect Tuesday. So you'll see some aftermarket earnings. So we want to get into this sometime tomorrow if we're going to play it. Okay, so you can see that it's kind of consolidated out. It looks, it's not overextended. It's not, you know, too much out of the realm of, if it doesn't go through for us, we're not going to see a drop of $10. We'll be able to get out quickly. But I'm pretty bullish overall on it. Let me see if I got the browser set up for us here. If we go into this, let me just set up a browser page here real quick. Okay, let me size it up for us. Alright. So overall, most people are pretty bullish on Roblox. I can throw a couple of these things up on Twitter for you, but pretty much what I do in these cases is I look at the chart. I want to make sure that it's not really blown out of proportion. I don't want to see a lot of chasing going into earnings, because usually you see a little sell-off before earnings. It's kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news type of deal. So I don't want to see nothing overextended like that. Next thing I want to look at is estimated earnings, because to beat earnings you have to beat the estimate. So what we can see if we go back, well, you can see the here on Bazinga first, the estimated earnings for it is 0.23. If we go here, we can see it's right in here. Yes. So it missed earnings last time by about 13 cents. It was 0.46. They estimated 0.5. So you can see they've kind of stepped it back a little bit. They're not throwing so much expectation on the Roblox. On top of that, they're expecting a better revenue on earnings. And we do know that Roblox now is trading higher than it was right around when it calmed down from the IPO. So with all that taken into play, and the fact that analysts are bullish on this, I believe going into this that this would be a good play. Alright? So, what kind of options should we look at, or should we buy shares? So if we go into that, let's go back to Webull. So I like to look at options with a lot of volume for a couple of different reasons. If it has a lot of volume, if things start to go south, it's easy to sell and get out of. People will still buy that. Let's go to options. We want calls. And we don't need any crazy dates. So we're looking for either the 20th or the 27th of August. So we can see that these, are we in calls? Yes. So we can see that they're a little bit expensive. So we don't want to play close to the money. As a matter of fact, when I run this through the calculator earlier, if we play at the money and it goes to 90, you actually get less money than if we play the 90 and it goes to 90. Or it's, well, I can't remember if it's less or not, but there ain't much of a difference either way. Both of them was right around like $240, some give or take. So, if we look at these calls, for one, we can see for the 20th, we have good volume. There's 5,000 open interest on it. That's more than any other call here. We can see that it's not too pricey. The ask is $274. So that one wouldn't be a bad call to play. Let's come out to the 27th and look. Okay, it looks like here they're playing the 100 the most, and that's leaving a little bit cheaper call. So yes, if I was going to play this, that's probably what I'd play. If I was playing the 5-day out, I'd play the 90. If I was playing the 27-day out, I would play the 100. And these are the options I'm going to be looking at going into tomorrow. I'm going to look to see if the price drops a little bit. If it does, great. I may play a little bit closer to the money. I'll look to see if there's any volume changes. I'm looking to see if any Greek changes, any of that. But for right now, I think the big plays are 90 for the 20th, 100 for the 27th. And we can actually see that it's just slightly up, only 4 cents. So I think overall this is not going to be too bullish tomorrow. So we want to watch it, make sure it doesn't take off ahead of us. If it does, we might want to get in early. And who knows, it might, you might get in early on that $90 call. And it might shoot up to 90. Sorry about that, about dropped my book. And it might shoot up to 90 and you don't even have to play for earnings. You know, it depends on how much bullishness there is going into it. Alright, to the other ones. This one is charted for tomorrow after market. So we can play this tomorrow. You can see that I've been looking at this for shares and options. We can see that it's up 20% or 20 cents. And I've been looking at sentiment on this and Twitter. It's actually pretty bullish for it. The EPS is not too out of range. It has a good chance of meeting it. Plus, analysts are bullish on it, just like we showed before. So what should we do here? Should we play calls or should we play shares? On this one, I'd say go either way. Whichever one you feel suits you better. But keep in mind that even if we go up to back to the last highs, we're only looking at about $3. So if you're playing shares, you might want to get at least 20 shares, if not more. That way you're looking at, you know, about $60 profit there, give or take. If we play in options, which I like when there's only a few dollars to make like that, you can see right here we can go out to the 17th, play the $10, and they're only $65. That's not bad. And if it misses and you want to hold on to it, you know, this stock has a lot of good momentum behind it, a lot of good sentiment behind it. So for me, if it misses earnings, I'm getting out. But it's one that you would have 33 days to decide what you want to do. They're only $65 a contract, so you could get a couple of contracts. They pay out pretty good. The Greeks look pretty good on it. We're at about a 1 to 3. There's good volume if we want to get out. So again, this hits all those metrics that we looked at with Roblox. Yeah. IDEX. IDEX is another one. It's not, it's down low. This one I'm looking at shares and calls both on this one. I want to play this one for both. We can see that it's double bottom, so even just from the chart alone, it looks good. Let me see. I can't remember what the date, or if this was, I'm pretty sure this is aftermarket. Give me just 1 second. Let me look. IDEX. Yes, it's aftermarket tomorrow. So we'd be playing this tomorrow for Tuesday. So if we come back here, again, this is one that the EPS is not too far out of reach. The analysts are bullish on it. It's not, you know, you can see it's down low. So if it misses, it's not going to go much further. So there's low expectation. So any little thing can set this off. We can see people are already bullish about it. It may get up to where we want to. Sorry about my voice, guys. It may get us up to where we want to without even going into earnings. So, I mean, there's so many good things about this one. So this one, I want to play shares at least up to the 250 mark, if not just a little bit higher. What is that, 258? So from the 250 to 258 mark is where I want to play the shares. And then options. Again, this is another cheap one. look at these right here. So you don't need this for far off. And look how much volume is on these. That is big money playing these. That's not, you've not got a retail investor buying 10,000 contracts of these. You know what I'm saying? This is big money playing this. They're cheap. You can get these 250 calls for $12. I mean, I know people will play more on a lottery ticket than they would on these calls. And the good news is if you feeling a little antsy about playing only 5 days out, you can go to the 17th, and it's only $25 a call, and there's still good volume to get out. So this is one that I'm probably going to pick up about, I don't know, I'm thinking about picking up about 5 to 10 share contracts at the 20th, and then another 5 to 10 at the 17th. And then probably about 40 shares. So it's not going to be a $10,000 maker here, but it's going to be easily a couple $100 as long as it hits those earnings. You know, if you get 5 contracts here, well, let's take a look at this real quick. IDX. Let me switch you over to the browser. IDX. So we come here to the calculator, put in IDEX, I mean. We select an option. So we set for the 20th. That's a 250 strike. Let's get the highest one here. And we go to calculate. So if it goes to 250, tomorrow you're looking at $8 to $11 profit on each contract. So if you pick up 10, that's $80. So $80 for $120. You're putting in $120 to get $80 is what I'm saying. That's not bad. I mean, you know, if you want to pick up more, you could. Plus, the shares would net you another what are we looking at? 50. I don't know, another $60, $70, something like that. So you're looking at a couple $100 right there on that play for only about right around, if you take them both, so right around like $200, $300. You're looking at what, 50 to 70% return. It's not bad at all, man. So where are we at? And remember on these two, on these the thing you got to realize about these calculators is when these prices shoot up like that, the Greeks end up changing. They get when stocks get more volatile. So if this stock goes, then you'll see more out of it. We can go back to Weevil here, the chart. Yeah, recent high is at 258, right? Unless you want to go back to beginning of the year, then they're at 5. I wouldn't expect this on the earnings to go higher than 3. So I would see it going back to about 250, no higher than 3. So D-Nut is the last one. This one is actually Tuesday evening for Wednesday. Now guys, it's extremely low right now and it's bounced. I was looking at playing this as a swing play without earnings. But expectations are extremely low for this. And this stock has been selling off mainly because it's hit a few snags. It's actually a very profitable company. It's Krispy Kreme. They own a lot, they make a lot, but expectations are low. So any little thing is going to send this stock going. It's going to, in my opinion, it's going to easily beat earnings. It's easily going to be one of those things that's going to have a good forward-looking forecast. The only thing is if you build it, will they come type thing. Is the stock holders going to see this and buy more? And is new people going to come into it? I'm going to bet yes. And on this one, I'm looking for it to go back up to 20 eventually. On this earnings push, I'm looking for it to get at least up over the 17 and hopefully up over the 18. So I will be buying shares in this. I'm only going to pick up 10 to begin with to see what it does. And I will be picking up options. So in the options, I want to go a little bit, make sure what it calls, a little bit further out, just in case, because if this misses earnings, which I don't see how it could, but if it misses earnings, or if people are not as bullish on it, I may still hold it. So I'm looking at, what's the Greeks on this one? Okay, so at this 17.5 strike, the $30, I'm looking at maybe picking up 3 to 5 of those contracts. And then at the 17th, I'm just going to pick up 2 or 3 of these. So enough just to put me at about 120 to 180 bucks. I don't want to go crazy with these calls just because I may decide to go ahead and hold on to them. So that's the play I'm going with these. And you can see, guys, this is close to the recent bottom. Just this little bit of pop-up that it's had has already sent these contracts 20% up. 20% up from the bottom here. So it has been about a 33-cent gain. So they've had to buy, if they bottom ticked that and bought these right at the main bottom of this 1470, which is highly unlikely, but if they did, they're up 20% on that. My guess is they bought somewhere around the 1490 to 1495 range, and they're already up 20%. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's get into, let me check one more right here real quick just to make sure. Let me check, okay, John, oh, it says join. SESN. Okay, we're getting ready to get into some more moving stocks. So let's check yours out first. SESN. I think we was looking at this one Friday, I think. SESN. You got a big sell-off here. Let's okay, the one saving grace I do see about it, there was a big gap down, but you can see that it's bounced. That's a little bit. It is oversold. The MACD line is crossing up over the signal line with green bars coming up. What's the 3-minute look like? You know, man, there's just not enough here to say yes or no, but this could offer a good little dip by opportunity. Yeah, this one wouldn't be a bad one to put on the watch list. Let's do that. Let's put this on the watch list for tomorrow. And let's say, let's put us an alert right here. Let's do sharp rise, any news, or if the price is above that. Save. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so let me check, while we're into that real quick, let me check any news on it real quick. What do we got? Where's my Benzinga? There we go. SESN. So it got halted on the way down. That's the only news I really see on it right here. Circuit breaker halts. So it looks like they didn't get approved for something, is it? So, I don't know. Yeah, we'll look into that news a little bit later. But, yeah, I mean, it being that overbought, it may just have gotten oversold too much, and you might see a good little pop up on it there. So, yeah, that'd be a good one to check out. Keep an eye on. Let's go back into. Oh yeah, there's one other thing I wanted to check there on the Benzinga real quick. This Clean Spark. So Clean Spark is another one we could be playing for options tomorrow. It has earnings after market. So let's take a look at it. CLSK. And then after this, we're going to get into some that's not, I mean, they're earnings plays, but they're not, they'll be more of a day to a swing trade type thing. Won't be options, it'll be shares and stuff. I mean, you can play options on them. You can see this one's already up a little bit, about 20-30 cents. It's not crazy high right now. People's not looking at it as a big earnings play. This is another one where the analysts are bullish on it, and the earnings forecast is not outrageous. It's not like it's high up there. And the options on this one are cheap too. If we're looking at the same week, which is like it's already at 14.16. So just to go to the 15, you're looking at $65 options here with good volume, so we can get rid of them if we need to. If you feel like you want to go a little bit further out, we can do the 15 at about 150 or the 17.5 at 87. And there's good volume there. I wouldn't play these unless I'd plan on holding them a little bit longer. This is one earnings that I don't look for it to pop up and then sell off really quick. I look for this one to continue to be bullish into the week. But that not to be a good one. So the ones that we looked at for earnings plays are CLSK, Roblox, CEV, IDEX, and D-Nut or Krispy Kreme. Now the ones that are having earnings of the mornings that might pop off, let's go down the line here. NIU. I believe that one is earnings in the morning. NIU. Yes, it's before market. Now these are the ones that I like. You know, I like to do a little bit of day trading. You know, get in, get out. But NIU is one that you could hold on to too. And you can see by the chart here, it's sold off some. But you can see that there's a little bit of bounce to it. If we come to the 15-minute one, you can see that it's found support here. Let's just throw in some lines here real quick. Guys, also have some videos up now about what is a candle, what is a trend line, what are support and resistance lines. And you're going to see me use both of them right here. So we made some support and resistance. Actually like this one better if we come in. Okay, so we got that. We've got that. Let's darken these up so we can see them. Okay, so this one, what I'm looking for is it to break this trend line, come up over this resistance line, and use that as support. If it gets there, then I'll be bullish on this one. And this one, if it goes back to previous highs, we're looking at from the next previous high about 26, or if it continues on up, it can go as high as 30. I would usually, on this one, I'd use a Fibonacci retracement to see where I'd want to see it. So that there's 34 to the nearest highs. Fibonacci would say well, if it'll click on there we go. So at about the 31 mark to 32 mark is where you'd want to take profits. That would be a decent little play. And again, this one would be good for shares or options. Let's run down these real quick. The next one, so remember, wait for it to break over that trend line before you play it. This one is going to be a similar deal. Okay. So this one, even though we got the big red candle here, it's still up almost 20 cents. We can see that it's had a double bottom, but then it broke below the 200 MA line. Before I'd trade this, I'd make sure that it is, I mean, it looks like it is, but make sure that it is up over the 200 MA, and I'd really like to see it up over the 742 resistance line here. I'd like to see it turn that resistance line into support. The way we'd play this one is, yep, right there's recent highs of 958. If we do the Fibonacci on it, good profits is 9 to about 920. That's where you'd want to take profits on that. So, you know, it's a cheap stock. You could buy several of them. You're looking at a $2 return. So, you know, if you picked up 50 of them, that'd be a nice little chunk to add to it. You could also play shares or options on this one too. Next one, Blade. Now, Blade's one I was looking at earlier. I like it. Now, all these have earnings in the morning, so that's the reason why they could pop. And all of them look good, like they could beat earnings. That's one of the whole reasons why we're looking at them. So, we've got a triangle pattern here. Now, some say that would be bearish, some say that would be bullish. I really don't give a crap. What I'm looking for is it to break one of those two boundaries. I either want to see it pop up above this one. Actually, that needs to be a little bit tighter, don't it? That's not right. Let's see now. Yeah. So what I would do on this one, what is in recent highs? 1187, and that is, yep. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for it to break above that support. That's what we'd like to see it at. it's bullish going into tomorrow, which means that people are looking for it to beat. If you want to get frog in play options as soon as it comes open, you'll know beforehand if it's beat earnings. The options are not too bad on them. Look for them to spike up just a little bit. Probably be about $30 or $40 by the morning if it beats and it starts going pretty good. But you've got good volume. Looks like the best volume is at 12.5. So people are really bullish on this stock. Really bullish on this one. This one is definitely one to put in your watch list. Make sure that's in there. Damn, what's up? Oh, yeah, we already went over ZEV. Okay. So now a couple that we're looking at. Let me make sure, let me go over any questions you might have. And if you got any stocks you want me to look at, guys, just throw them up in the question, or you can put them up in Discord, and we'll take a look at them. Whatever you want to look at. Let's see what we got. Okay, so now we're going to run down a few of them real quick. These are some that we've looked at before in the past so that we don't have to do too much explanation on. First one is Spotify. You know, we've been watching Spotify. We were looking for it to go back up to the 280 mark. I believe I've said I'm taking profits at 275. We are looking for it to break above this trend line. So by the time it could break up, we're looking at it about the 215 to 217 mark. So once it breaks the 215 to 217 mark, I'm I'm going to be bullish on this. I'm going to buy in. This looks good to me. The other one, and that's Spotify. The other one is Activision, ATVI. Now, I've already bought some shares in this. I got it down low. I still think it's good for shares. And I still think that this is going back up to at least 100. What I haven't bought in yet are options. And I wanted to make sure that it treated this top blue line here as support. So what I want to see now is I want to see it bounce, come above this top blue line, retest it, and then bounce again before I'm going to buy any options. And the options I'm looking at is the 90 and the 100. And I'm going to buy probably 2 of the 90 and 1 of the 100. So I'm not going to go real crazy with this one. I'm just looking to make a couple $100, get in and out, and that's it. Where are we at? Where's the 17th? Yep, here we go. So Activision at the this one, you can see the 90 is $78 and the 100 is $15, and this is at the 17th. They're so cheap right now because I had that little sell off there. If you know anything about the news of it, the reason why it had that little sell off is some old news got brought back up, and I think it scared some investors off of it who didn't realize that it was old news. That's usually a tactic of people that like to short these stocks. But I don't see any reason. They've replaced all the CEO and everything, all the problems they're doing their best to fix, and I think they're doing a pretty good job of it. But I'm bullish on this stock altogether. Wish, guys, I bought Wish on Friday, and this is one I wanted to show y'all. I'm usually not into the big meme stock craze and stuff. I am in the AMC, I will tell you that. But I just don't play any meme stock. I just don't play anything. It has to show it on the chart before I will buy it. You can see here it sold off, but then it bounced. So if we look at the 15-minute chart, we can see that it's found support. It's actually double bottomed, and now it is bouncing. It almost formed a head and shoulders until it went and consolidated into the after hours. Now I picked this up at 7:20, I think, something like that. 708 or 720, I don't remember. But I'm holding this at least until it gets, back over 1050. Once it gets over 10, I'll reevaluate it, see if I think it can do more. But I'm holding it until at least then. And after it gets over this blue mark, I'm going to buy some options on it too. But I'm already holding shares in that one. The next one that had a good sell-off that I think is a good deal right now is Spice. And Spice I've not bought into yet. I wanted to make sure that this was support. Again, it looks like support, but I like to have that retested. I believe it would have had higher highs, but it went into the after hours and sold off a little bit right before, but it maintained a good little trend line. And in the morning I look for maybe a little small sell-off about down into this area and then to pop back up. I want to see this back over this $26. I'm not going to wait for this $26.21. It looks like, as long as it looks good over the $26 mark, I'm in it. I really had wished this one would went down under 25 before it bounced, but I'm really happy right here. What's another one? AMC. I think AMC is a good dip buy right now, especially going into this week. You can see by the 15-minute chart. No, I like it better down here. It's still, we're getting higher lows and higher highs. We are starting to form a channel with it. Well, hit the wrong one. We'll have to get rid of that one. So you can see it's almost a triangle, but I'd call that more of a channel. I think it looks really bullish, really good. Now this is a heavily shorted stock. Don't be surprised if it comes down and retests this 31 mark and then bounces. Guys, this is a volatile stock. It does bounce. But I think overall this is going back up to the 40 mark at least right now. This is starting to look like it did back when it closed last time. You seen it. Fine, if we can pull up to the 4-hour mark here. We can see that it's found support along this area here with a mostly around this red line with one good dip below it. But it's found support. It keeps getting pushed down until finally it pops off like a rubber band popping. What else we got here? Palantir. Palantir is one more here. So you can see it's been going up its trend line. It spiked up over earnings. I've got this triangle here, this bear flag or bull flag here. I'm just looking for it to do one or the other. I want to see it get over this top resistance right here and then break this one, or I want to see it come below this one and break this support. If it breaks this support, it's coming on down, and I'll buy puts in the short term and wait for it to bounce. If it breaks above this and breaks above this one, I'm going to buy calls and go long on it. So that's what I'm waiting for on this one, for it to tell me what it's going to do. Now our quick watch list, guys. We're going to go over this really quick, and then I'm going to look at any stocks you want me to look at. XELA. This one I'm buying in the morning. I think it's at a good dip price. This one's been heavily shorted, and it spikes up. And if you look at the 4-hour, we're due for another little spike. Like I said, it's got a very high interest rate, and it's riding the 200 EMA. It's finding support there, and it keeps on going. Another one. This one is top on several lists for being the next big short squeeze. NAOV. And you can see again, it's riding this green 50-day EMA line. It keeps bouncing, it keeps finding support, and what has it done? It's come back down to this 50-day EMA line, and it's getting ready to bounce. So if a person wanted to buy into this one, right now is the time to do it. You can see it right there, it's clear as day. It is finding support and bouncing. The 4 hour, you can see it riding that 50-day up, and it keeps going. This one is being shorted too. Don't sleep on this one, guys. This is a very good one. A very, very, very good one. MVST. MVST. This is another one that looks really good to me. You can see, I like how this, it's about to have the golden cross. You can see how it's come up over the 200. It's come back down, found support on the 100-day, and bouncing back up. This is a great sign, guys. This little S pattern, this is a great sign that's about ready to take off. This is another one I'm buying shares of in the morning. As soon as things calm down, after the first 30 minutes, I'm in it. You can see it's formed a bull flag, another triangle. Like that. However you want to put it. I think this one down here is a stronger one. There you go. The last three on the real quick ones here for our day trade, slightly swing trade is, let me make sure I'm doing this right, FLGC. This is another one, bullish into the after hours. You can see it's still got the trend line going up. You can see it's up into the after hours. It's bounced support. It is climbing that green 50-day EMA line. Guys, this is a good one too. Don't sleep on this one. That is FLGC. The next one is BITF. BITF. This one's in the same boat. This one I'm not as bullish on. I want to watch and see what this one does, but it's up about 30-40 cents. BITF was that one. The last one I have right now is ONTF. Guys, I'm going to post these to Twitter in case you missed any of them. But you can see this is one I'm just watching. This one popped up on a FinViz search. So put this one in your cap, sit on it, see what it does for you. Now let's see if there's any stocks you want me to look at. Is that it, guys? Nothing you want me to look at right now? Alright, so that's what we have. Guys, again, if you find any value in what I'm doing, hit that like button, subscribe button, and we'll catch you later.